couple of questions about the legal immigrants that we have come to our city. I would like to know how they were vetted, and I got a couple of questions about that. How they were vetted. Was everyone vetted? Where were they located? It's said that they have work visas, but the work visas show that the company that they work for is not it's not a factory that we have here. So, you know, that's one of my concerns. Who is heading up watching over this situation? What information can you give me about this situation? I'm just concerned.
So unfortunately, Sharon, we don't have any information to provide to you. We don't have any information. We just don't have any information on it. That's so, and I don't want to speak on something and misinform people, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But as of right now, we don't have any information. We just know that they are here legally.
And the only thing I can add to that concern of yours and a lot of people's is that, you know, this is above us. We found out when everybody found out that they showed up. The first time I saw them, they came to our church and wanted to come to Sunday school and church with us, and that's the first time I knew they were in town. And there was 3, then 6, and 8, and they're the ones at church with me are great people. They want to come into church, haven't asked for a thing, and worship and go home. That's the only interaction I've had with them. And I know there's more than that here in town, but the only things we know is they're here. We can't, you know, that they're, I wouldn't say a private citizen, but they're coming in just as you would go into another town and buy a house and live there. They're doing the same thing. We can't ask them or watch them like a specific criminal or anything if they haven't committed a criminal act. So we know they're here. You know, we hope that they can provide to our economy and do things that help Sylacauga, but as far as knowing how they got here or what their deal is, we're left out of the loop just as you. That goes way high up, and if you haven't noticed, even some of our state representatives have reached out to their DC representatives like Ben Robbins and asking for help and reasoning of why they're here, so that they don't even know at the state level.
But there's no reason for us to wonder why or to investigate. No crime has been committed. I mean, they're here working, like Ashton said, they're, you know, adding to the economy. So as of right now, that's really all we have to say. It was actually more than what I thought we had to say. But
I have one thing. I have reached out to state and federal leaders to try to get more information, and you know, everybody's kind of in the same boat. I've also reached out to other leaders across the state to see, you know, to seek information as well.
And my question is, if they're being bused in here, brought in here by vans, how come the city knows nothing about it?
we don't know anything about that, Ms. Easton. That's just, we've seen this stuff on Facebook and social media just like you have. We have no knowledge of that.
Why haven't you reached out to find out?
Ms. Easton, with all due respect,
You can.
have you, I'm gonna ask this and with all due respect, has anybody seen anybody being busted here? Has anybody seen any bus coming here dropping people off?
I had someone that told me that's.
I know, but it's hearsay. But that's the thing. People are posting stuff on social media and people are saying things that they don't know anything
I
about.
realize it.
Yeah, nobody has seen any of those things happen.
I realize
Yes.
that.
No crime has been committed. There has been no reason
But
for
I also went by where they're living, some of them, and they're just sitting around outside. They're not working.
But what's wrong with that though, Ms. Deason? What's wrong with them sitting
Because
outside where they're
out there
paying your
working
rent?
in the middle of the day, they would be working if they came here to
But
work.
we can go anywhere, Ms. Deason, and see
The whole
people
thing
sitting on their
was
porch not
supposedly-
working.
They supposedly came here to work.
Well, I worked night shift for a while. I mean, you never know where they're working or what hours they're working.
And I wasn't, and I wasn't gonna comment on this, but I am now, because I feel like I need to. I wanna welcome anybody to Sylacauga that wants to come to Sylacauga. Anybody that's here that's, paying lodging, buying gas, buying food, paying rent, utilities, whatever, we wanna welcome them here. Because if you're here spending money, whether you're working, or even if you're not working, you have to be here spending money. So on behalf of Tiffany, Councilmember, Nix, I wanna welcome you, because if you're here stimulating our economy, thank you. That's how I feel about it. And if people aren't breaking the law, they're not causing any problems, I don't see what the issue is, and that's just how I feel. I can only say how I feel.
I have to say, the attitude of the council with reference to this is entirely unacceptable. Do we know where the individuals we're discussing are coming from? Where their point of origin is? Because you're treating them like lawful US citizens, which they are not.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut it off because we've
What?
had 3 people to come up. I'm gonna cut it off because we have no reason, again, we have no reason to launch an investigation or to treat people differently because of how they look. There's no reason for
Who
it.
said that?
Well, that's just what I'm saying. I just said that. Tiffany just said that.
Okay,
So
I
there-
didn't say that.
But I said it, but there's no reason for us to discuss this any further. in
These
this-
individuals came from Haiti.
Are valid concerns that we need to
How
hear.
are valid concerns, Laura? People come here all the time. We
These
visit
people came here
Birmingham,
from
we
Haiti.
visit other.
Haiti is a failed state.
We
Their
visit
president was
everywhere.
assassinated in 2021.
We're
There is no
done.
way the State Department can
We're-
vet these
We're
individuals.
done, and I'm
You
gonna
should not
access
cut him
this.
off. Please let him talk.
You
You
had a
shut
chance.
up
I
and
was
let
very
people
specific. Okay, I'm gonna ask all of you to leave because this meeting is over.